Okay, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I am back. I have some technical difficulties. Um, Fortunately, I always keep more than one laptop, so when one acts up on me, I just plug in another. So I got to see what's going on with that laptop. I paid $1,000 for that one, so it's something I'm doing wrong with the sounds. I will figure it out. That's the thing about it. New stuff is way more damn complicated. Sometimes old stuff is more reliable. This laptop I'm on right now is like every bit of 6-7 years old, but it's reliable. So I got to figure out what the hell going on with the other laptop. But nevertheless, welcome back. I apologize about the technical difficulty. So I don't stall and waste any more time for everybody who's chiming in or everybody who's coming back in. I thought it was imperative that I talked about this issue that's going on with Jada Picket and Will Smith. Everybody has been addressing it. All the bloggers, all the content creators, everybody's been going in on Will Smith pretty hard. And basically, he's lost a lot of respect, especially from the majority of his male supporters, his male fans. A lot of people are looking at him and give him the side eye now that Jada has come forward and admitted to this entanglement, which I never even heard no such word as an entanglement. What's up, Matt B, Nolan, everybody who's coming in, Teigen, everybody who's coming in. So I wanted to address this issue about these female rock rollers. Now, notice when, I'm sure when y'all first saw that title, when y'all first saw that word, it probably alerted you a little bit like, okay, what the hell is Mocha talking about with female rock rollers? What I consider a female rock roller is a female that is very dominant in her marriage and very dominant in a relationship. And contrary to what many may not think or believe, there are a lot of men that are not wearing the pants in their household. It's a lot of men that are not being leaders. They're not leading anything. They're allowing the woman to lead. They're allowing the woman to pretty much call all of the shots. And basically, they sit in the passenger side, and some don't even sit on the passenger side. Some sit way to the back. And in this instance, Will Smith wasn't even on the passenger side, nor was he even in the back. To me, Will Smith was in the trunk. Okay, that's just how much lack of leadership that he has in his marriage. What's up, King Bob and Adia? What's up, y'all? Um, and the unfortunate part is there are a lot of men that are married to female rock rollers. They pretty much don't have a say so. Whatever that woman wants to do, they pretty much allow. We on fire. What's up? Welcome to my chat. I'm embarrassed for him, but he's either going to become a meme or hashtag. We on fire. You very late, hun. They're already memeing him and hashtagging him. They are really dragging Will Smith right now, and I felt like that red table talk, I felt like that was just a waste of time. That was a waste of time. If anything, it made him look worse. To me, if the same way they had that dialogue at the red table, They could have had that at Starbucks. They could have had that at a park amongst themselves between husband and wife. They could have had that, you know, behind closed doors, because to me, it did not accomplish anything. If anything, it made him look worse. Wifedom. That's an interesting one, Nolan. I heard about women like that, Lady Mocha, and these women are called wifedom. Okay. You got to explain a little bit more of that to me, because I sure would like to get some more input on that. And that whole interview made him look, yes, Nadia, very, very weak. I will never really look at him the same. To me, he sat at that table like a little boy. And basically, I believe he was trying to save fate. That, I believe that whole persona was his defense mechanism. That was his way of trying to play it off like he was unbothered, like it didn't really hurt him. But and it was the save face, because you got to remember, Jada and Will have always been known as the power couple. They have always been pretty much put on the map as the perfect couple. You've never heard much scandal on them. I mean, we heard little things like about them being swingers and having open marriages, and we know that their kids are a little weird. But for the most part, the media always kind of hyped Will and Jada and gave them the title of being a power couple. So their image is the reason they have survived thus far in the Hollywood industry. And I think at this point, either one or two things are going to happen. They're going to keep trying to hold on to prove that their marriage can weather the storm, or it's just going to crash and burn at this point. So basically, my purpose of doing this content is because I wanted to address the fact that there are a lot of Will Smiths out there. There's a lot of them that pretty much have no control over pretty much they are not respected as the leaders of their household. Now with this thing with Jada and Will, with this situation that's been going on and brewing all over social media, the part that I could not understand for the life of me, being a married woman, I've been married I've been married 20 years, going on 21 years. And there is just some things that a married man should never feel comfortable with his wife doing. And there's certain things as a married woman that you should not feel comfortable with doing as a married woman. It's just way out of pocket. His wife is the dominant, he's a submissive, so what she says goes and his words don't matter. Oh, okay, Nolan. Okay. I'm learning. You schooling me today. We've heard about Jada getting digged out by plenty of people. Nothing ever came out that could be traced back to Will, though. Oh, definitely. I agree with that, Met V. If I did hear anything negative, it was more so coming from her. I've never heard anything from Will. I also heard Jada likes to drink a lot. She's an undercover alcoholic. I haven't really heard anything bad about Will. We on fire. Thank you for the $5 donation, sir. Well, we on fire. Weldon says, I understand no relationship is perfect, but once you have me looking stupid in the streets, I'm done. Absolutely. What's up, Third Ward? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, basically she humiliated him. She embarrassed him. It's a lot of men that are in situations where they pretty much don't have no say so over the relationship. Now, the first thing that I had a problem with, when August Alsina came to Jada, and Jada was so welcoming to allow him to basically enter into her household. I have an issue with that. And I'm surprised that Will, as a man, did not have an issue with that. For her to supposedly be a married woman and supposedly wanting to mentor another young man, none of that suits well with me. None of that suits well with me. And the fact that Will was acceptable of it, that was even a bigger issue. First of all, as a married woman, you should never try to mentor another man. Okay, that is not for a married woman to do, that is already married, already has a husband. That by itself was already out of order. What's up, Jay Shine? Was already out of order, was already out of pocket. They had no business as a married couple taking this young man in under their wing. Um, Granted, he was sickly. Granted, he needed somebody to reach out to. Jada Picket should have sent him, should have recommended him to a therapist or someone other than them. They had no business taking this young man into their household. And as a married woman, I would say this: you both have to be very careful when it comes to who you allow inside your household. You just don't allow all kind of people inside your home. Now, I can't speak for a lot of married women, but I know the way my marriage is programmed. My husband does not allow other men in my house, period. We don't have male company here. None of my husband's co-workers have ever been to my house. None of my husband's male cousins or relatives have been to my house. If they have been in my house, it would be because he was here, he was meeting them here, or they're coming in from out of town or something like that. But for the most part, even with that, I've never been one of those wives. I've never been allowed to have men inside my household without my husband there. Unless it's my father, unless it's my brothers, it got to be male counterparts that's related to me and my husband knows about them. Not no random cousins from 30 years ago. Oh, this is my cousin, a cousin he never seen before. No, that's not going to fly. We've never programmed our marriage to be that way. And the same thing, I don't allow women to come into my household. Um, when my husband is here, or when my husband is not here, unless they're family, my sisters, my female cousins, they're allowed to come over. But even with that, if my husband is here and I'm not, he's not even about to grant them the privilege of coming in my household without me there. Now, if my sister is with a husband or something like that and I'm on my way home, then yeah, he may hang out with them, being that there's another man there. But that's just been something we've never allowed, because you have to be realistic. It's just that things can happen. You don't play with temptation. It has nothing to do with trust. Certain things are just inappropriate. I'm not about to go to my girlfriend's house and sit on her sofa and chill and hang out with her. What's up, Talaya? And I'm just not about to hang out with my husband's male friends and he's not in the household. He's not present. Certain things are inappropriate. So that was the biggest red flag to me, that neither one of them, Jada didn't have enough sense to say, no, you're a young man. I don't think it's appropriate. What's up, Tom Malone? I don't think it's appropriate for us to take you in and try to mentor you. I don't think that is inappropriate. Also, Will, being the man, he should have nipped that in the bud immediately. The moment, I'm sure any man, the moment your wife or your girlfriend comes to you with another young man and tells you, so and so, he's so troubled, he needs our help, he's very sickly, he has no one to turn to. I think we can inspire him, we can be there for him. How is it that a woman could make her husband feel so comfortable to where he's willing to co-sign and allow another young man to be in the presence of his wife and to be up under his roof? See, all of that is way out of pocket. And what I'm talking about, these female rock ballers that basically dominate the relationship. And a lot of people are wondering, how does it get to that point? How does it happen where a woman is overly able to dominate a man that's very spineless? Well, it's a couple of factors that are in alignment to that. Now, the first thing what a lot of people are not aware of when it comes to the female rock roller, how the female rock roller, what's up, Kayla? Welcome back. This is Met V. Welcome back. Big ups to everybody in the chat room. What I notice about the female rock roller, and what I mean by female rock roller, because a lot of people see that in my title and they're like, what the hell is that? That's my little slang word I came up with, basically saying a very dominant, aggressive female rock roller. Okay, so basically, when a man approaches me and say, "Hey, or asks me my personal opinion, my wife, she's very aggressive, or my girlfriend is very aggressive." Oh, basically, so you got your female rock roller. That's what I tell the guys. Okay, so you got your rock roller. So basically what the female rock rollers, and it's a lot of men, don't be fooled. There's a lot of Will Smiths out there that are not wearing the pants. It's a lot of John Legends out there that are not wearing the pants. Okay, there's a lot of guys that are married to these female rock rollers. My say, Sarah, what's up, girl? I was wondering where you disappeared at. I haven't seen you in a while. But I know I haven't been doing notifications as much, so a lot of people have been missing my live streams, but it's good to see you. A pit bull in a skirt. That's exactly what it is, meant be. A pit bull in a skirt. Pretty much very dominant, aggressive, runs the show. Now, how the female rock roller is able to capture these simp dudes is because, for one, the female rock roller is not going to get with the male rock roller. It's not going to happen. The female rock roller is not going to get with the man. If she does deal with him, she's not going to marry him. She's not going to have children from him. Why you think Jada Picket never married Tupac? Why you think she never really? What's up, Miss Sassy Diva? How you doing, lady? Um, you notice her and Tupac always had a thing going on, but she never really got with him like that because she knew Tupac was just as aggressive and thuggish as her. So most female rock rollers, they're not going to get with thug dudes, or they're not going to get with dominant dudes, because that's like putting fire with fire. That's like putting fire with gasoline. The female rock roller is already aggressive within her own nature, so she can spot the male rock roller from a mile away. Okay, she's not going to marry him. She's not going to have children from him, because she knows the male rock roller is going to give her a challenge. Okay, the simp dude, on the other hand, like Will Smith, is not going to challenge the female rock roller. He's pretty much just going to follow the lead, and he's going to be the follower and pretty much allow her to pretty much call the shots. Basically, that's how the female rock roller dominates, pretty much. So the female rock roller also, this is the other reason that the female rock roller is able to win over the simp dude, is basically because she's very protective of him. Very protective. The female rock roller, gentlemen, is the ride or die chick. Okay, she's the chick. If y'all go to the club, right, and a dude pushes up on you, or a dude missing steps on your new shoes or whatever, she's willing to attack. She's willing to fight for you. She's going to fight. The female rock roller is very protective of her dude. She's very gangster. Jada has always been very protective of Will. If you look at Will wrong, if you brush on him wrong, she is ready to attack. Believe it or not, a lot of guys are turned on by that. A lot of guys find that fascinating. But especially a guy who has low self-esteem. A guy that has low self-esteem, when the female rock roller is very protective of him, to him, that's a sign of love. Like, damn, I got a ride or die chick who will defend me, who will stand up for me. She's not going to let anybody run over me. Most female rock rollers are ride or die. Let me see what y'all saying up in these comments. If I were real, I'd smash the most ratchet chick live on Instagram. Somebody like Lizzo. Matt B, you is messy, dude. If you never put yourself in certain positions, self does not have to deal with certain issues. Agreed, agreed. I felt terrible for Will. She rude as fuck to him. Yeah, basically, but he created that monster. He created that monster. He allowed Jada to be that way for so long that he actually has adapted to Jada's ways. And the worst thing a man or woman can do in a relationship is when you adapt yourself to how somebody treats you so shitty. The worst thing to do is adapt yourself to mistreatment. You have a lot of men and you have a lot of women who do that. You know, they will don't even see Jada as being out of pocket anymore. They've been married over 20 plus years. She's been handling him like that for so long. It has become normal to him. He to the point to where it doesn't even bother him. Now, trust and believe, it bothers him because he's a human being, and like any other man, he has pride, but he has learned to live with it. He has learned to adjust to it. Jada been wearing the pants in that relationship, even down to how their children are being raised. She has ran that. He has no say-so in even being a father. Bad enough he never had any say-so as a husband. He don't have a say-so as a father. That is why his son is wearing dresses and doing all kind of unmasculine things and stuff, because who you think is running that? That's Jada running that. Jada is raising his son more than he is. Willow already has her own mind and how she perceives things. Willow already has decided that she never wants to be married. I mean, this is the type of mindset these children have been raised with, because there's only one parent that's basically dominating and calling the shots and raising them. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Will is not a good father. I'm not saying he does not love his children. I know he's a good dad. I know he loves his children. I know he tries to teach them right from wrong. But the problem is he allowed Jada to do all of the majority of the teaching and the raising, and he just sat in the background. Because again, she's a female rock waller. What's up, underrated darkness? You know, he sat there at that red table calmly, and I really don't think, to me it was just a defense mechanism. I saw how he was kind of laughing, and you know, he was basically trying to pay it off and save face, and him and her was just kind of joking about the manner. But what a lot of you probably have not heard already, he just said not too long ago, before all of this really blew up and came out with August Alsina, he just recently said, if y'all didn't catch it, that he regrets leaving his first wife, Cherie. Will Smith regrets. Now, he just recently stated that in an interview. So for him to say that, he felt like his ultimate failure was when he divorced his first wife, that's already a major red flag. He's admitting in but so many words, you know what? I should have stayed where I was. Yeah, Nolan, you heard about that? Matt V heard about that? Okay. So a couple of people heard about that. King Boss says if he would have went off, he would have been seen as the bad guy or the cause of her doing it. He still should have walked away and filed. The proof is still hot. Yeah, absolutely. At this point, yeah, yelling at her, cursing her out, and all of that. It's just going to make him look bad. I agree with that, King Bob. At this point, if he really wants to prove his gangster, if he really wants to prove his masculinity, the best thing he can do at this point to save face is to file divorce papers. Don't even prepare her. Just go ahead, go to the court system, file them papers, and just let her get caught by surprise. That's the only way he can pretty much save his masculinity at this point in time, is to divorce her. The chances of him doing it is going to be slim. because again, these Hollywood couples, the Hollywood world has programmed these individuals to be robots. Basically has programmed them to act like everything is perfect, act like, nothing is wrong in a marriage. I mean, a lot of these Hollywood couples got more dirt in their damn closet than there's dirt in the graveyard. Okay, all of us got skeletons in our closet, but a lot of these celebrities, they have more skeletons in their closet than the graveyard. They really do. All of these couples that y'all are idolizing, these couples that y'all are looking up to, by matter of fact, I'm gonna ask y'all that question. Since my sincere brought up, press number 1 if you think that Will eventually is going to divorce Jada because of this whole scandal that has exposed their marriage. Press 1 if you think that Will Smith is going to leave Jada after this incident. Press 2 if you feel like no, he's not going to leave. He's going to try to save face and continue to be the simp that he is. I'm just curious to know how many of y'all think he's really going to divorce her. Will say divorce was the worst thing in my adult life. Divorce was the ultimate failure for me, Will Smith said. I've been hurt a lot in my adult life, but I don't think anything touches the failure of getting divorced from my then 2-year-old son's mother. If a man's not a great husband, then he loses his parental rights. And I'm a way better father than I am a husband. So Will is already admitting that he does not make the best decisions when it comes to being a husband. If any of y'all just caught the statement that I just read, for Will to admit that he's a better father than a husband, he's already saying that I lack discretion as a husband. And he's already proven that. What's up, Red Mike Radio? Exactly. What's up, Depressed 1177? Yeah, and it can happen. I don't know. He may pull a shocker on us, and reality may set in. Like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of looking like I'm less than a man. It may hit him when he least expects it, because they're already making a mockery out of him. He's losing a lot of masculine brownie points. People making memes out of him. I don't know how strong he's going to be through this process. I don't know how long he's going to be able to sustain. So it's a mixed review. Some of y'all saying that y'all feel like he will leave. Some of y'all feel like he won't leave. Kayla says, no, the biggest failure is staying in a toxic marriage, getting punked out by his wife. I totally concur with that, Kayla. That is his biggest failure. But for him to admit that he never should have divorced his first wife, that already kind of gives you a strong indication that he pretty much regrets. Because my thing is, if you wish you would have stayed with your first wife and you are been married to your second for every bit of 20 something years or more, that already, think about it, that's saying, without really saying, I should have stayed where I was. I never shouldn't have married. I shouldn't never remarried. If I would have stayed in my first marriage, I never would have ended up with Jada in my second marriage. That is what he's saying. Exactly. Some men are better off being single and taking care of their kids if they have them. Exactly. Now, back to this point about these female rock rollers. Okay. As I was stating before, the simp dude can easily be manipulated by the female rock roller, because the female rock roller is very protective of her male counterpart. So for most simp dudes or most soft guys that have low self-esteem, that are not used to women having a back, the female rock roller knows how to make a man feel like a man when she wants him to feel like a man. Stedman and Oprah. Yeah, Oprah is definitely the female rock roller. Stedman has no say so. But at the same time, I would give Stedman this. Stedman still had more of a backbone than Will Smith because Stedman had a child on Oprah. He cheated on her and knocked up another chick. So Oprah didn't really run that marriage like she thought she did. Because if she had Stedman under her spell, he wouldn't have never stepped out and got another female pregnant. Stedman has a daughter. And no, that daughter was not before he got with Oprah. Don't even believe the hype. That daughter was conceived when he was with Oprah. So I really don't consider Stedman too much of a simp. I consider him a pimp because he's living off of Oprah's money. Even after he cheated on her and had a child on her, he's still, Oprah's still taking care of him. Nah, they never got married. If anything, no, Stedman is not a simp, he's a pimp because Oprah's still taking care of him. Stedman ain't got to work. He ain't never got to work as long as he's with Oprah. And Oprah pretty much knows she's up in her age. She can't start all over and go out there and trade him in. So at this point, she's going to continue to take care of him no matter what. And see, that's another thing about the female rock roller. A lot of these female rock rollers, a lot of them know they are discarded goods, that it's not too many other brothers that's checking for them. It's not too many dudes that's checking for Jada. Now, in the initial beginning, when she was young and pure and not all over social media, it was a lot of guys that was checking for Jada. Over the last couple of years, I have not been hearing too many dudes check for Jada at all. The more she started putting herself out there, the less men started becoming attracted to her. Now, I'm not saying that Jada's an ugly woman. She's beautiful. She's in perfect shape, but her psyche, the woman has a mental malfunction somewhere. She's one of those women that will sit up here and talk with all this common sense and talk with all this knowledge and talk with all of this inspirational speeches, but underneath that is a very toxic female, the female rock roller. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Rollo? It's a lot of she's the female rock roller. Like I said, a lot of people want to knock the female rock roller, but the female rock roller, the simp dude, idolizes the female rock roller because she is ride or die. People can say what they want to say, but Jada gonna have Will back. Always have. And a simp guy, if you have low self-esteem, you're not used to a woman protecting you, you had a mother who never protected you, and you encounter the female rock roller and she protects you, she defends you, she's ride or die for you, you're easy to fall in love with that because you're falling in love with the fact that you think you are in the presence of a woman who respects your masculinity so much to the point that she will protect you by all means. Now, for a man that's simple-minded and to deal with the female rock waller, to the simp dude, he thinks, oh, my woman is protecting me. Oh, my woman has my back. Oh, my woman is ride or die. No, what you got is a female rock waller, aggressive counterpart. That is her way of controlling you and molding you. Yeah, right now it's cute that she's willing to fight anybody who comes in your face, or she's willing to jump somebody or jump to your defense. That's cool for some things, but what the simp dude is not realizing, he's setting himself up to be the less dominant counterpart in the marriage. Because yes, she's protecting you, yes, she's defending you, yes, but eventually she's going to take her dominance to another level. Next thing you know, she's going to be telling you what to eat. Next thing you know, she's going to be telling you what to wear, where to go, who to be friends with. Next, she's going to be the one raising the children. You're not going to have too much of a say-so. She's going to be the one that's going to end up leading things. And that's what happened with Jada and Will. Now, I think at first it probably was a turn on for him. It probably was a turn on that he had this ride or die female rock roller, don't take no shit, got her husband back, ride or die. In the initial beginning, I'm sure that was a turn on for him. Yeah, I got me a ride or die. I got me a about it chick. I got me somebody that's got my back. Yeah, all of that is to get you comfortable. So slowly but surely, she can start regulating everything in your life. If you let her protect you in one thing, next thing you notice, now she's controlling every goddamn thing. And now you're looking like, how the hell did it get this far? So that's another reason that the female rock roller usually ends up winning the simp dude over. Now, this is another reason the female rock roller ends up winning the simp dude over. Basically, she's been ran through. She's been ran through. Most female rock rollers are women who have dealt with multiple men. And a lot of women will not admit this, but a lot of the times, if you are a woman that has a very promiscuous past, or you're known to be with multiple men who have dogged you, who have mistreated you, what tends to happen to a lot of promiscuous women that have been used and abused, they will start to act like the men that have abused them and dragged them. A lot of females who have been abused, used, and ran through, they start to act out in ways just like the male counterparts that they have encountered. A lot of females that pick up a lot of sleaze type of dudes, a lot of no good dudes, they will tend to start to act like the no good dudes that they pick up, if that makes any sense to anybody in the chat room. Basically, if you're the type of female, most of the guys you have picked up, most of the guys you have dated, most of them have been thuggish, most of them have been bums or builder bums. 9 times out of 10, you're going to adopt a lot of their characteristics. And that's what tends to happen. A lot of these female rock rollers, they start to act dominant. They start to act controlling like the men that they have allowed to control them. For instance, let's say you're a guy, right? And you're talking to this female or whatever, and she shares with you her past, and she tells you about all of the men that dogged her, all of the men that mistreated her. She tells you she's pouring out her heart, letting you know all about the things that she has gone through. The unfortunate part about it is eventually she is going to behave like all of the build the bums, the society rejects, all of the no good dudes. She's going to act out like them. And what tends to happen is she will give it the nice guy like you, who has sympathized with her, who has listened to her boohoo cry story, and you decide you want to get with her, you want to marry her, you want a relationship with her because you feel like, quote unquote, she's this abused woman. She's this beautiful woman that's been ran through. She's this beautiful woman that men have been taking advantage of. You start to empathize and sympathize with her. What tends to happen is when you end up with her, she will treat you the same way the no good ass dudes have treated her. This is what tends to happen to a lot of nice guys. This is what tends to happen to the simps. They pick up a female that has already been ran through, has already been through multiple men who have abused them, used them, and ran through them. And now he wants to be Captain Save them. And what ends up happening is the female rock roller ends up dogging the dude who supposedly saved her from her damaged and ruined life. This is the female rock roller syndrome. Knowing Will Smith, I'm sure Jada approached him in the initial beginning, shared with her all the stuff she done went through, probably shared her childhood, shared all the bad relationships she been in, and like most simp dudes, he sympathized. Think about it. What S and sympathize, simp starts with the letter S. So does the word sympathize. Most simps tend to sympathize with with a woman's abusive past. 9 times out of 10, that's what Will did. I'm sure Will sympathized with all of what Jada had gone through. A lot of men tend to do this. They'll pick up a woman and try to be Captain Save them and try to, rescue her from her past. And I'm not going to treat her the way the other men have treated her. I'm going to be different. I'm going to be that stand-up dude. I'm going to show her love. I'm going to have her back and all this and that and whatever. What's up, CA Latre, leader of adult ADOs? That's what tends to happen. Is that a lot of simps, they will sympathize with a woman's past. Once you get to sympathizing with a scorned woman, you done already fell into the entrapment of simp. You've already fell into the entrapment. Now, it's one thing to, to have some type of compassion for a woman who has had a rocky past. But when you get to sympathizing, okay, Mr. Research, what's up, Mr. Research? When you come to overly sympathizing, that's how you fall into that simp trap, fellas. When you overly sympathize with a woman's past, okay? So the female rockwaller is a very manipulative type of woman. The way she laughed it off at that red table, the way she just kind of disregarded, that's not, I hope y'all know that's not her first time doing that. She's always done that. We're just now seeing it. She's been doing that to Will for years. Anytime Will has ever came to her about a serious problem or a serious issue, just what y'all saw at that red table, that is what she's been doing. So there's no need for nobody to be surprised. That's why he sat there so gracefully and kind of dealt with it, because she's always laughed it off. She's always found a way to kind of channel it out and play it off and kind of jokingly disregard. That's Jada's that's how it's always been Jada's way of manipulating Will all of these years. Mark by Smiths, what's up? This really hits home. I played the simp role. What's up, Jamar? How you doing? That's why, gentlemen, you have to be very careful. Because again, you have a lot of female rock rollers out there, that are going to, find ways to dominate you. Now, I just gave y'all some breakdowns on how some of these female rock rollers dominate. The other aspect as to how female rock rollers dominate, they are very good in the bedroom. Female rock rollers know how to make a man feel like the king in the bedroom. Y'all cannot convince me Jada is not giving Will the best time of his life in that bedroom. That's another thing about these female rock rollers. They know how to turn dudes out sexually. If you're a man that's not very experienced sexually, and honestly, I don't think Will was really a very experienced sexual guy. Granted, he was married one time, but I don't think Will has been with a lot of women. So it did not take Jada much to turn his ass out in the bedroom. A lot of female rock rollers, they know how to turn dudes out in the bedroom. They know how to give them the best head of their life. They do a lot of things in the bedroom that the average woman is not going to do. So you may look at a guy and be like, damn, why he's with that type of female? Why he let her run him? Why he let her talk to him like that? Why he don't have a backbone? Basically, he's whipped. He's whipped. Exactly, my sister. She's whipped. A lot of guys that have low self-esteem, guys that are not very sexually experienced, it's easy for them to basically, get turned out by a female rock roller. I have a cousin, that's like that. I have a cousin that has taken a lot of disrespect off his wife. When I say a lot of disrespect. Now, granted, the biggest issue is too, let me tell you how a lot of guys get simped. Most young men, when they marry at a young age, those are usually the ones who fall into simp mode. They become more qualified to be simped. Because when you marry a woman at a young age, let's say you 18, 19, 20, it's easy for you to be simped because you didn't give yourself enough of experiences to be with other women before you tied yourself down so early and gotten so serious with the first female that gave you attention. Because that's what happened with my cousin. My cousin was only 17, 18 years old, and his female rock baller wife, got a hold of his mind at such a young age. That's how a lot of guys get simped out. A lot of men end up falling prey to a female at a young age. What's up, Sheep Stay? How you doing? Appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you. That's a big factor. That's how a lot of these guys end up into becoming simps. They get with these women at a young age, especially if you get with a female rock baller. Now, mind you, my cousin, he had got turned out by a female rock baller. Now, for everybody who's coming in, a female rock baller is a female that dominates her marriage, dominates her relationship. Okay. My cousin got with his female rock baller when he was like 18. Now, mind you, she was way more experienced than him. Okay. She had already had a child from another guy. She had already been with multiple dudes. My cousin, on the other hand, he ain't been with that many females. My sincere says, Mocha, do you feel like Jada groomed August at a young age? And if so, that made her a sexual predator? Absolutely. She don't get a pass because she Jada Picket. She was a sexual predator. And guess what? The media is not going to make a big enough deal out of it, because had that been a man, had Will Smith would have took a young female in, and the young female would have did what August Alsina was doing, Will would have lost endorsements. They wouldn't have been showing no more Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will would have lost everything. That's exactly what she was, a sexual predator. But guess what? Most female rock rollers, they love to go after younger men. They love to go after younger men because younger men are easier for them to manipulate. She knew exactly what she was doing. Basically, to me, August Alsina kind of has that, and I don't want to disrespect Tupac, but he kind of has this thug type thing that I believe Jada Pickett is into. I think he was the next best thing to her besides Tupac. You know, with the tats and a little thugged out. I mean, you know, he's a nice looking young man. You know, he's not an ugly guy. She was turned on by him. Let's face it, Will is a nice looking older guy. He's aged gracefully. He's still taking care of himself. But I believe Jada is bored with Will. She loves Will. She's bored with him. When she tried to come up with that excuse, I was in a dark place. Listen, the only dark place you was in the closet or wherever the hell she was screwing August Alsina. I hate when people get caught cheating and the first thing they want to say was, oh, I was in a dark place. The only thing that was dark was when you turned them damn lights off at Motel 6 or Sheraton Inn, whatever hotel y'all went at. Because if you was that miserable with Will, why didn't you leave him? Why didn't you go and talk to your husband about it and say, you know what, I'm feeling like I'm in a dark place? To me, she's coming off as a man who gets caught screwing another female and he says, oh, I was just drunk. I had one too many. That's a bunch of bull. I can't stand when people say that. If you get caught screwing around or sleeping around, don't be coming up with these excuses. I was in a dark place. I was drunk. You know, I was shot with a tranquilizer. People will come up with all kind of excuses. I'm sure she loves Will, because he is her husband and her father and the father of her children, but she's bored with him. Let's be frank, the female rock waller does not like squares. Now back to my situation with my cousin, right? He's a square. No disrespect to him, he's a square. He's a lame guy. You know, he's a nice looking guy. He could have had better, but he's a square. He allowed his wife to do all kind of stuff to him. He allowed his wife to have sex on him with other men. His wife has even gotten pregnant from other men. He's paid for her abortions. And to this day, you know, it's unfortunate that he took all of this mess off for her, all of this disrespect. And what happened was my cousin had finally gotten to a place to where he started getting fed up with being simped and being mistreated. So he stepped outside of his relationship and started dealing with other females or whatever. To the point, one point in time, he thought he had got a female pregnant, but he had dodged that bullet. And she almost rolled over and had 3 babies when she thought he had got another female pregnant, even though he done sat there and paid for about 2, 3 whole abortions. The one time he stepped out on her, she couldn't handle it. And that's usually how it happens. The cheater, once they get cheated on, they can't never handle it. Usually that's how it happens. So, long story short, they got past that. But there was still a turbulence in a relationship. So what ended up happening was he got into a car accident. He was arguing with his wife via text message. You know how they always tell us, don't text and drive, don't text and drive. A lot of people still text and drive. He was texting and driving, arguing with her because he was out all night. You know, I guess he got to the point in his marriage, he didn't care about it anymore. So what ended up happening was he got into a head-on collision. His head hit the windshield of the car and it caused his brain to shift out of place. And because of that, now he has the mind of, I would say, like a 10-year-old. Probably not even a 10-year-old, maybe like a 7-year-old. It's like he knows what's going on around him, but now he has a permanent disability to the point to where he cannot drive anymore. He cannot pay the bills. He cannot function as an adult, basically. He's like a child. She basically has to do everything for him. So, you know, he had got this large settlement. And by him being in the military, he got a large settlement. He wasn't able to handle the money because of his new condition. And that gave her the advantage in being able to handle everything. So she blew half of the settlement on junk. She stepped outside on him again and then had she done had some twins from another guy once again, but because of his condition, he can't do anything about it. He knows the twins are not his, but he cannot fight her. He can't take her to court. He can't do anything about it anymore because of his new condition. Now, how he left when he was still in his right mind, then yeah. And that's another thing that I tell a lot of married people. If you got a spouse, I don't care if you got a husband or if you got a wife. If you got a husband or a wife who's already mistreating you, who are already dogging you while you are in your right mind, what do you think they're going to do, God forbid, if something happens to you and you lose your mind and you're not able to think for yourself? It's basically common sense. Yeah, unfortunately, he's still stuck with her because of his condition. He's not capable of going out there on his own, getting an apartment, paying bills. He cannot do that anymore. Where he was in a position to do it, he changed his mind. So, unfortunately, he will be stuck with her till the day he passes away. Okay, so on that note, this is what I'm talking about with these with these simps and stuff that are married to these female rock wallers. A lot of these females, like I said, they're really good in the bedroom. The woman that my cousin was married to, she turned him out in the bedroom. She was way more experienced than him because she had been with way more multiple men. And I believe that was the case with Jada. I believe Jada is way more, even though she's younger than him by 2 years, she's way more experienced than Will. Age doesn't make you experienced. Jada been out there way before Will. She's already been out there. She's been with Tupac, you know. She's already had her experience and share of men. Will, on the other hand, I can't really think of no other woman he's been with, or other than his wife Cherie, which he has admitted that he regrets leaving that marriage. Jada is a handful. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see something was definitely up. Let's see if I can show y'all, share this with y'all right quick. Jada. Like as I stated before, this whole situation, it was just inappropriate. As a husband and a wife, there's just certain things that you don't allow. And I'm surprised that Will has not really been paying attention, because even Ray Charles can see too much what's going on. Because I'm about to share something with y'all. I'm going to share this photo with y'all right quick. I'm going to share the screen because I want y'all to see this. What I'm getting ready to show you is a photo of August Alsina and Jada. Now, look at their body language. Any man that's a married man will have a problem with a man holding his wife this close. This alone right here is showing you how comfortable. Her hand is most likely on his back. Look how tight and close he's gripping her and he's holding her to him. She's acting more like a husband and wife with him than she is with Will. Look how close she is. That's just way too close for comfort. If my husband saw a picture like this with a guy holding me this close, you better believe I'm gonna have some explaining to do. No man should feel this comfortable holding a married woman this close to him. Look, even Queen Latifah is looking like, what the hell? I don't know about that. That's a little too close for comfort. That's way too close for comfort. She's not even smiling this hard with Will like she is with him. She's leaning into Will, but barely leaning into Will. No, she's just standing beside Will, but she's actually leaning into August Alsina. You can already tell by their body language. He has been with this woman. Ain't no way a dude gonna get this comfortable with having somebody wife this close to him if he ain't already been with her. If you think about it, he kind of reminds you of the young Will. He's tall, he's light skinned, but at the same time, he has that little bit of Tupac. He has that tats. He got that little thug game to him. He got a little bit of that too. She was getting the best of both worlds. She was getting like a little bit of Tupac in the young version of Will Smith. The first young Will that she met. She was getting the best of both of that. Now I'm gonna exit out of here. Yeah, he has edge. That's what I'm saying. I totally believe that. It's obvious that he's very submissive. Like I said, no married woman. If my husband saw me with a picture like that, it's gonna be on and popping. I should never feel like comfortable with a man having his hand around my waist, near my, near my stomach, and pushing me close, pulling me close into him. That was a very intimate hug. That's an intimate pose. And the way she's smiling with it, she didn't even seem uncomfortable. I would have felt very uncomfortable with the man touching me and pulling me in that close. There's just no way. Me as a married woman, I wouldn't have been able to get away with that. That would have been an argument out of this world. I can barely go to grocery stores and me and my husband together, and the guy saying, "Oh, hey, what's up, Mocha? How you doing?" Well, who's that? Where you know him from? What's up, Mr. Man Swiss? He can, but he's probably so infatuated with Jada. I don't know if he got the balls to do it. Unless he surprises us and he pulls a fast one, and he may get to the point to where he's become so frustrated with being looked at as less than a man, because the worst thing any married woman could do is make your husband feel less than a man. That's the worst thing a married woman could do. Then on top of that, you do it publicly, not privately. She embarrassed him. And I don't care how much he smiles, he laughs, and he tries to save face. People are not going to always show you how they truly feel. Even Ray Charles could see that man was hurt. And this ain't the first time she done embarrassed him. Mark says, I remember when she was supposed to direct Tupac's California Love, but Will Smith opposed it. That should have told Will something then. Oh, ironically, so he did have a say so in that. Oh, okay. What's up, Elzorin? What I saw during that interview was a broken man hiding behind those jokes and fake laughs. Absolutely. And that's exactly what I saw. That was just his defense mechanism. And you'll be surprised how people deal with pain. All people don't deal with pain the same. Anybody else probably would have got up and threw that damn red table right out her ass as soon as she laughed. Anybody else would have lashed out and cussed out and do all of this and all of that. But you will be surprised. Will may be one of those guys that's going to snap, and we may see another side of Will that we didn't think was there. He may snap by filing some divorce papers. He may snap by going off on her because, he's human. There's no way you can sit there gracefully and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know my wife been with this young dude. Life goes on. No, because in the back of his mind, it's kind of like this. Once someone plants a seed in your mind, you'll never be able to erase it. For instance, once you know your significant other has been with another person sexually, it's going to always, always, always make you feel like you're not good enough. Every time he lays down with Jada, he's going to think about August Alsina was here. Every time he gets in between his wife's legs, he's going to feel like August Alsina was here. Every time she touches him or whatever, August Alsina probably got that same touch. It's never going to be the same for him. Now, women, on the other hand, are known to deal with the man no matter how many times he done messed around. Not all women, but some women are known to forgive and forget. A man, on the other hand, Will is not going to get past that. I don't care what anybody says. He's not going to get past it. Third Degree says, I have a first cousin that was in the group Thug Life when we did that Keep Your Head Up video, and was Jada Picket was in the video. She hung out with Tupac for a few days prior to that shoot. Oh, okay. And I believe that. To this day, Jada is still in love with Tupac, okay? She's in love with that man. She's always had a love for that man. Will was like most simps. He was the rebound guy. He was the rebound. Jada loved Tupac, but what happened was Jada Picket is a female rock roller. Tupac was a male rock roller. She knew there was going to be a lot of things about Tupac that she was not going to be able to break, and she knew that. That's why she never really got with him like that. Yeah, she loved him. Yes, she desired him and she wanted him. But Tupac was one of them dudes that was going to check her ass or put in a place. Like, nah, if you going to be with me, this how it's going to go. You going to do this, you going to do that. Tupac was not playing the radio with her. Will Smith, on the other hand, is the nice guy. Okay, well, That's just the way you are. I accept my woman for the way that she is. Pac wasn't playing that. And she knew it. That's why she never got with Tupac like that. Jada Picket is holding a secret for Will. That's why she was bold enough to do all of this. Word on the streets out here in California is that Dwayne Martin and Will Smith may be sleeping with each other. Oh, you know what? You brought up a good point. A lot of people did bring that up because even Tisha Campbell chimed in on it. Tisha Campbell wrote a statement. She posted a statement. Now the truth is finally coming out. And coincidentally, Tisha Campbell divorced Martin, whatever his name is. I think Martin, whatever. I can't think of the man's last name, but yeah, Dwayne Martin. That's his name, Dwayne Martin. But she never really said why. So it does look kind of suspect. That I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. And I think even Lisa Ray probably said a little something, but she didn't say a whole lot. But Third Degree is actually right, because that did come out. It did come out that Will Smith and Dwayne Martin have had an ongoing undercover relationship. Now, in Hollywood, not Hollywood, Hollywood, a lot of these couples y'all be idolizing have a lot of sick ass fetishes and be living all type of lifestyles y'all know nothing about. That's why you do not need to be idolizing these couples. You know, they are not who you think they are. You got a lot of these couples out here you got a lot of these men in the Hollywood world that's on the down low, and their wives know it and their wives accept it. You have women in the Hollywood world that are partaking in lesbian activities, and there's nothing wrong with that if that is your lifestyle. But you got some women that are undercover. They still want to mess with straight men. They still married to their husbands. They still want to benefit. They still want the benefits of a married wife, but they still want to go out and test the waters and play with a little Kit Kat here and there. So that happens a lot too. And Tisha Campbell kept saying all this, and out the blue, she divorced this man. So all of it is looking pretty suspect. So I don't know. Jada Pickett them may be using this as leverage, so it'll overshadow the rumors that have been swirling in Hollywood about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin, or basically they're trying to save face. Because my thing is, if this was the case, why did it take August Alsina to expose you? You been had your red talk table show. You could have been addressed it then. You could have been said something then that, yes, I have an infatuation for young men. I love my husband and he's a great father, but he just doesn't do it for me in the bedroom. My husband is a cornball. He's lame. You know, you can be a nice guy and still be lame. And you have some nice guys that wonder why they cannot get certain type of women because they're corny. That, you know, I'm sure he's a great provider and all of that, but you know, in the bedroom, he's probably not that experienced. Or he probably doesn't dominate anything enough. Most women, whether they want to believe it or not, most women like aggressive men. What's up, Abina? Most women like aggressive men. Okay? A lot of women are not going to say that. No woman wants a man that if y'all somewhere, you know, walking out of a restaurant and some dudes walk up to you and grab up on your butt, grab up on your breast, and he just stands there and he like, I don't know what to do. It's a turnoff. A woman wants a man who can lead. I don't follow behind these, you know, these BFF antics. I don't want no man running me. I don't want no man leading me. I don't want no man, you know, regulating. It's a lie. Most women want a man that's going to regulate, that's going to take charge, and not only take charge when he's being abusive, because that's the difference. You have some men that only want to be aggressive when it's towards his woman. When he wants to beat his woman, fight his woman, put his hands on his woman, that's not what a woman wants out as far as a man showing his aggressive nature. She wants to know that you're going to protect her. She wants to know that if it ever an event, something ever goes down and you got to physically put the paws on somebody to protect her, you're going to do that. You're not going to run. You're not going to leave her to handle the situation by herself. Like we just had an issue on my job a couple of months ago. One of our corporals, one of our officers got fired. He was supposed to be the corporal. The corporal is the main person, the head person, the lead when there's an emergency, if the inmate acts out or something happens within the jail. Now, this inmate was threatening this female officer, threatening her, saying he's going to rape her, he's going to beat her ASS and all this other stuff. And instead of him being a man and dominating the situation, he punked out. He practically left that female officer to have to handle the situation on her own. Now, mind you, this guy is very big, 6'7", 200 plus pounds. And here it is, this male officer who's 6'9", probably a $150 or whatever. He sat there. He did not control the situation by defending that female officer from that male inmate who made all these threats that he was going to harm her. So they end up firing him because he did not defend the female officer. You know, you got some guys that are like that. They just don't have a masculine bone in their body. And that's the unfortunate part. A lot of people saying the same thing about John Legend. A lot of people are clowning him, making fun of him, basically because his wife called him the B word on Instagram. You know, it's a lot of simp dudes that are up here allowing women to disrespect them. And my personal opinion is, I don't care if you're a man or you're a woman, you should never allow your significant other to get comfortable with disrespecting you, and rather if it's privately, but especially if it's publicly. That needs to be nipped in the bud. Never put yourself in a position where somebody could come out and expose you. If you know you're a married man or you're a married woman, don't go, fraternizing and having these extramarital affairs outside your relationship, because you never know when the person is going to expose you. This young man came out and exposed Jada. And the part about it is a lot of people is mad with August Alsina. Everybody's calling him a snitch. Everybody writing down on him and calling him all kind of names. First of all, August Alsina is not married. He don't owe no loyalty to Jada or to Will. If anything, Jada owed that to Will. Jada put herself in a position where she gave August Alsina room to expose her and to put all this bad press out in their marriage. She put herself in that position for that. So I'm not going to keep y'all long or whatever, but I just thought it was imperative that I discuss these female rock rollers who are dominating simp husbands. It's nothing wrong with wanting to be a good man, and it's nothing wrong with wanting to give a woman the best of everything. But when it's to the point to where you're allowing yourself to be disrespected as the man, you don't have a say so. Your wife is getting comfortable out here, banging young dudes behind your back. Then you're gonna have to grow some balls. Like I said, everybody's mad with August Alsina, but the thing is, he's a boy. August Alsina is under, I don't even think he's 25 years old yet. He's a young boy. So that's what young boys do. When they get the privilege of being able to bang an older chick, they're gonna run their mouth and they're gonna tell it. They don't know how to hold water, no more than a young woman. If you're an older guy and you get with a younger woman and you banging her back out, oh, he's 27 years old. Okay, but he's still young. No different if you're an older married man and you banging this young chick, you think when she get mad with you because you ain't giving her no money, or you ain't buying her no more Coach pocketbooks, or you ain't paying for her nail filling, you think she not gonna put it out there? You don't think she not gonna tell your wife, oh, well, this what you doing for me, this what you doing? That's what young people do. You can't have an affair with somebody underage and think they're not gonna rat you out and run their mouth, especially when they caught feelings for you. And I think August Alsina also put that out there because he caught feelings for Jada. Jada made him feel, like he was the one. Even though she was married, she had that type of hold on him where she made him feel like he was special to her. And like Will, August Alsina is probably feeling cheated. Guess who got the benefit from the best of both worlds? Jada. Jada had the pleasure of being able to get her kitty stroke, by this young dude. And at the same time, she has her husband who's older than her, dedicated, loyal, the father of her children, still marry her and still be with her. So, in my opinion, Jada gets the Pimp of the Award. She gets the Certified Pimp of the Year award. Because basically she got the best of both worlds. The only way Will is going to be able to redeem himself is he's going to have to divorce her. That's the only way he's going to be able to at least get a little bit of respect. But I won't be surprised if he won't. Because a lot of these female rock rollers, they know how to keep a man satisfied. My Sarah says she pulled the old I'm separated trick until it's final they're still married. Absolutely. It's just a bunch of hogwash. That's why I feel like at this point, I feel like they're still going to stay together. I still feel like they're going to stay together. Unless Will somehow gets a strange epiphany and he really thinks about it, unless Will gets a real rude awakening or a wake-up call. And it could possibly happen. It's happened. I know people who've been married for 30, 40 years, and one day the husband or the wife just said, I can't take no more of this shit. I'm tired of living this life. I'm out. He may get to that point. He may not get to that point. Only time will tell. But basically, that's what it boils down to. You as a man, as a woman, you have to respect your vows. When you set off for better, off for worse, you cannot break that code. You know what I'm saying? What about we having her to pay him? Yeah, that's another thing. It's a lot of money and stuff involved. When you've been married that many years, it's a lot of money involved. Look at what your boy Dr. Dre is going through. That woman is divorcing him, and she gonna get a lot of millions. Dr. Dre didn't even do a prenup. Dr. Dre did not even do a prenup. That's why I tell these guys, and just to get off a subject, that's why I tell these guys, you don't be so infatuated with being color struck. Okay? Don't be so color struck to where you think because a woman is a certain race that she doesn't have an agenda. That you think she's not going to burn you. Yeah, it's cheaper to keep her. Exactly, Nolan. But that's what same thing, like I stated, Dr. Dre, he didn't have a prenup. His wife is going to be set for the rest of her life. Never underestimate your opponent. Never think because you choose a certain type of woman that she's less likely to burn you or take advantage of you. It don't matter if she's a black woman. It don't matter if she's a white woman. Stop focusing so hard on these black women burning you that you overlook the fact that these snow bunnies won't burn you. They will burn you too. A woman is a woman at the end of the day. A snow bunny wants her money just like a hood rat wants her money, okay? Snow bunny wants to benefit like a hood rat wants to benefit. Okay? Same toilet, different shit. That's what it boils down to. So we need to stop with all the biases about, oh, you need to stay away from these black women. They're all about your money and all this and that and blah, blah, blah. That's all women. Damn, I hope Will finds the strength in himself to put pull away while he still has some dignity. I don't know, Jay Smooth. That's gonna be hard right there. I don't know. I don't know. He dealt with it this long. He's 51 years old. He may continue to deal with another 51 years. That woman make the sign prenup, and that's why she feels comfortable. That could very well too. If Jada has had this much control, 9 times out of 10, he ain't got no prenup either. I won't be surprised. He ain't got no prenup either. Third degree says no. He cannot divorce her because of the finances, but she was able to do this because she obviously holds a secret, and until she's done with the marriage, it would be as it may. I agree with that. At this point, yeah, it is too much that's been invested. There's too much that's been invested. He's just gonna be miserable. He's just gonna be miserable. He's gonna be holding down that misery. That's basically what it boiled down to. Prenup is a joke if kids are involved, unfortunately. Yep, if you have children, it doesn't matter. The wife is going to get taken care of anyway. But with Dr. Dre, in his case, the children are grown. But what she did was she got smart and she waited till after 10 years. She got smart. His wife waited till that 10-year mark. She divorced him 3 days after their anniversary. Wow, that's crazy. I heard in California they get 60%, and she will receive 500 million and leave him with 300 million. Wow. I'm not surprised. That's why you have to be careful, who you decide to marry. Marriage is not a joke. Basically, you tie a person into your finances, you tie a person into your legacy. Marriage consists of giving a person access to all of your blessings that have probably took you years to build upon. I'm surprised that Dr. Dre, after his experiences with women, that he would be that gullible. And I guess he thought he was playing it safe. I guess because she was white, she would be all right. I don't know what made him feel that comfortable, but he's definitely going to feel a funk of that. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to hurt him financially because he's a big time mogul rapper producer. But just the fact that a woman can walk away with that much money and you started all this success by yourself. She only came in the middle of the movie when you've been doing this for years, you know what I'm saying? But this is what tends to happen. A lot of people get their karma. Dr. Dre probably had women that was good to him, and he treated them like Mississippi trash. That's what tends to happen. Everybody has to deal with their karma. Same thing with women. You treat somebody like Mississippi trash, you're going to get that one that's going to drag you through the mud because you have to pay the debt of what's called karma. Wow, I always admired their marriage. Just goes to show you never know what goes on behind closed doors. Exactly, Abina. That's why you really can't admire nobody marriage. That's why I was telling everybody, don't get fooled by the Hollywood hype. All of these couples that act like they so happy, act like they're doing so well, and act like, um, their marriage is flawless. These are the main ones that's dealing with all kind of issues behind closed doors. Yeah, when Dr. Dre had Michelle A, and she was wrong, she admitted to her wrong, getting knocked up by Suge Knight and all of that. Of course, that was because Dr. Dre was out there on her, abusing her, doing all kind of stuff. I mean, she took accountability. She was doing drugs. She never said she didn't do anything wrong. She admitted to doing drugs and doing all kind of stuff and having a child from Suge Knight and all kind of stuff like that. But this is what tends to happen. You drag a good woman, or you drag a good man that's been good to you, been there for you, had your back. You get with somebody else and you want to show your ass. That'll be the person that'll dog you. Yep, he should have learned from Tiger Woods. Only difference was Tiger Woods brought that upon himself. He cheated on Elin. All of these women started coming out like roaches. Oh, he touched me. Oh, he had an affair with me. Oh, he did me in and all this and that. Yep, and unfortunately, she took him for everything he had. This is what comes with the territory. As a man of success, you definitely have to be careful with the type of woman you put on your arms, because everybody does not have your best interests. Any woman, no matter what color, can do this to you. Find a woman who is your friend and lover and still secure yourself. That goes for men and women. Absolutely. J Smooth, you said, I couldn't have said it any better. That is the God's honest truth. You have to watch your back, because even these sisters that have been swirling, oh, these white guys been hitting them in their pockets too. It goes both ways. I don't know why black people, we have this stigma where we just think the worst of each other. Black men up here thinking all black women are no good and out to rob them and out to get you. And you got black women up here teaching other black women to stay away from black men. They all no good. They all got 3-4 baby mamas. They all just want one thing. Black people were always constantly dragging each other and dogging each other. And we willing to put all our trust into other people of other races, only to find out that, hell, the grass ain't no green over there. You got white guys that'll dog you out and take you advantage of you, just like you got some black men. You got some white women out there that'll suck you up, use you till you get dry. They'll get rid of you too once they done benefited from you. So it's very important, as a man or as a woman, you find a partner, you find a soulmate that does not have hidden agenda, that really wants real love, that really wants to build a legacy with you, that really wants to have something worthwhile with you. It's very important, as a man and a woman, that you make these decisions. So obviously, I've been on here for quite some time. Before I get ready to shut it down, letting everybody know I'm going to be uploading another video today about my cable app service. For anybody out there who has cable, if you're paying almost $200 for live cable, whether if you got Dish Network, you got Spectrum, you got Comcast, if any of you out here are paying almost $200 for cable, I can make your life easier. I got my own live stream cable app. I can start your services today if you are interested. I have almost over 6,000 channels. That's all your premium movie networks, your Stars, your Showtimes, your HBOs, your Cinemaxes. Also, you get all of your local news stations. So whatever state you're in, I will be able to provide you local news stations. You will also be getting free pay-per-view events, all for only $26 a month. This is not a promotional price, okay? This is the actual price that you will always have from here on out if you decide to sign up with me today. I don't do taxes. I don't do late fees. I don't do surcharges. It's going to be straight $26 a month. So for anybody who's interested, hit me up and I can connect your services. But you need an Amazon stick and you need high-speed internet. That's the only way I'm going to be able to connect your service. Bena says, do you think Will kind of settled for Jada because he really liked Pepper, who curved him back in the day? I think the problem with Will has always been a nice guy, but he's like a lame cornball type of guy. And Pepper was way too headstrong for him. Only difference was Pepper had the same advantage. Pepper could have got with Will and overly dominated him just like Jada was doing, but I think Pepper just was not turned on by Will at all. Because you got to realize back then, Will was like a Kitty Bop type rapper back then. Pepper has always been this kind of sexual type, strong-minded type of woman, and I just think that Will Smith was a little too soft for Pepper. Now, it's the same case with Jada, but unlike Pepper, Jada used it to her advantage. Jada was like, I know he's the soft, simple dude. I'ma get with him. Cause I know if I get with him, I can fix it to where I can still do what I want to do if I want to do anything. That's the only difference. Let me see. So I just think yeah, I just think Jada was one that was willing to accept his softness, if that makes any sense. Jada was very accepting of Will Smith's softness, so it made it easy for him to be able to be with her. any of the other women in the industry, they probably wouldn't have gave him a chance or whatever. But Jada used it to her advantage. I mean, she played it smart. Get the nice guy, because at the end of the day, I'll be able to get the benefits of getting a thug on the side if I want. Or, you know, she just had all kind of advantages with Will. That's why she took it. You don't even have to be rich. Even you build a solid foundation, a person can destroy everything you work so hard for overnight. I totally concur, Jay Smooth. You definitely dropping some jewels. And that's the truth. You have to be very wise of who you decide to invest in when you're talking about marriage, you're talking about having children. It doesn't take much for another person to step into your life and strip all of what you have worked so hard for. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. So yeah, he wasn't hardcore enough. So only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen, what Will Smith is going to do. But my final vote is, I think he's going to deal with it until something happens. And I believe then he's going to get a change of heart. I think something else is going to trigger, because one thing about it is different when you can hide something. You don't have people constantly reminding you of it because you're hiding it. But the fact that it's been put out there, he can't hide it anymore. And I think what's going to happen is people are going to constantly bring it to his attention. And it's going to get so bad to a point to where I can't ignore it anymore. I can't act like that's not bothering me. I won't out. So either one or two things going to happen. He going to hit a breaking point, or he just going to keep hanging in there, continuing to be the simp that he is. So on that note, I definitely appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. Ladies, I definitely enjoy y'all being in the chat room, giving y'all intake, collaborating with me, giving y'all opinions, and basically, just being bringing a good vibe into the chat room. Same thing with the guys. I appreciate y'all bringing good vibes in the chat room. Everybody was dropping jewels today. I actually learned something from each and every one of y'all in here. Y'all actually taught me some things that I did not know of. So that's why I like to do these live chats, because I feel like we all can learn something from one another. Last but not least, men, be careful of these female rock rollers. You meet a woman that's highly overly dominant, realize that's just a tip of the iceberg. Once you get serious with her, once you get deep with her, the dominance is going to continue to grow. For those who would like to email me, if there's certain topics that you want me to talk about, certain things that you feel need to be addressed, you're welcome to email me at cafedeparis79@yahoo.com. Also, for those who want to donate to my channel or my movement, you're more than welcome to Cash App at Diamond Girl. No donation is too small. $2, $3, $5 does not make any difference. For those who cannot donate, just keep being the supportive subscribers you've always been, just showing up to the chats, hanging out, bring your positive energy. That is just as meaningful as Cash Apps. Also, this content has been brought to you by the Anti-Fuckery Zone, promoting knowledge, not garbage. We aim to build the Black community, not demolish it. So again, if any of you who are interested in my cable, make sure you email me and I can hook your cable up within 3 minutes. It's not even going to take long. You will get 6,000 channels for only $26 a month. So do yourself a favor. Stop spending all of your dollars with these cable companies who are robbing the hell out of y'all, okay? So anyway, y'all, it's been awesome. It is your girl, your diva knowledge, Lady Mocha. I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and always break you off a slice of knowledge. For those of you who have missed my live stream, I'm going to leave the upload up so you can view it at your most convenience. What's up, Lord and Royalty Simpson? The pastor is leaving the building. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Bye.